This is the front side of Stela D from Quirigua. It was erected in February of 766 AD. The king that's portrayed in this monument was, had been king for 42 years when this monument was put up, and his kingdom had been independent for about 30 years. In the 12th or 13th year of his reign, he captured the king of Copan, who was nominally his overlord. And the monument shows his left hand holding a scepter. It's called the Manikin Scepter. His left hand is here. And the little leg here, and the little arm, and the little head of a horizontal figure is called God K. God K has flames coming out of his head. He's a god of wealth and the god of kings. Kings always held a scepter shaped like God K. The hand holds one of the legs of God K, which turns into a serpent's head. This is the eye, the fangs, and the nose of a snake with feathers coming out of its mouth, representing the Quetzal bird, the sacred green bird of the Maya, and the leaves of the corn plant. So this is the symbol of wealth. He's wearing an apron with these square shapes on it. These square shapes are actually the heads of a kind of a serpent who represents the tree of, what should I say, the tree of heaven. This, the world tree is the tree of heaven, and it is, let's see, it is generally represented by the tree that is still the national tree of Guatemala, the ceiba tree. So he is connecting himself with the tree of heaven, basically saying that he is connecting our world and the heavens. And his feet are planted on the earth. He's, here's foot here, he's wearing this fancy little pom-pom. He's wearing the back of his sandal has this god with the syllable she. This little high diagonal strokes is the first syllable of the name of Xibalba, which is the underworld. The word Shib means fear. Xibalba means place of fear. And so this creature here is perhaps a god of the underworld. And I noticed that at the very top, the very top of this monument, you see a skull wearing a headdress with the same she hieroglyph, the same two diagonal strokes. That is connecting the very top of the monument with his feet. So he's got his feet in the underworld, but somehow at the very top of his head is another underworld creature. He's wearing a, if you come down to his face, you can see that his nose has been damaged. This is pretty common in ancient monuments, even monuments that are well preserved. Apparently, when the Maya decommissioned a monument or when they abandoned a city, they would destroy the nose. The nose was considered to be, as it is in Asia, the heart of the soul. The place where your soul resides is in your nose. Japanese people to this day, and some Maya people, when you say, I'm talking to you, they point to themselves, they say me, and they point to their nose. And in any case, breaking off the nose is a way of killing the monument. Next to his face are squares with little 4 dots on them. Those are called quincunx ear flares. They're shaped like the hieroglyph for the sun. So he's wearing sun-shaped ear flares, and the 4 dots with the dot in the center represents the universe. The emblem across his chest is made of a mosaic of beads, square beads that makes there are 3 petals this way and 3 petals that way, and that is a symbol of the god K'ak, who's the god of rain and the god of lightning. In his right hand, very damaged, is a shield. The shield is shown from the side. So he's holding a shield in one hand, symbol of sacred war, and the symbol of his kingship, the scepter of God K in his other hand. This face here on the bottom of this monument, this is the support for our king. There's a nose, a mouth. He's got 2 teeth in front that are filed into kind of a T shape. That T shape represents the entrance to the underworld. The large eyes represent that this is a god. The spirals in the eyes generally mean this is a snake feature. And the interesting thing is this god has a line underneath his eye like a pair of sunglasses, and what's broken off here is that it lines and it twists up and makes a little twisty thing between his eyes and comes down underneath his other eye. That twist is called a cruller. It's named after a Danish pastry that's a twisted piece of dough. And the cruller eye is a symbol of the god of the underworld sometimes called the Venus god of the underworld, or the god of the underworld sun. The Venus god of the underworld, of course, Venus is the brightest star, and the idea is that when the sun is in the sky, it's daytime, but when the sun is when it's night, the sun is in the sky in the underworld. And Venus is also like the opposite. Venus, when the sun is up high, Venus is in the underworld. And so this ruling thing. Venus was a very malevolent star, a very powerful god.